Hey guys! Most of you probably don't know us yet, so my name is Steffi.
And my name is Spirit, and today we are going to show you something we have been fucking obsessed with lately. Nier Automata.
It's quite a new game that came out this year in February. At first, with how much games were coming out, I didn't even plan to get this. But then one of my friends offered me a steelbook edition for a great price. And you know, when I see a good looking steelbook, I'm instantly buying the shit out of it.
Take all my money! Oh, not this soon! Not this soon! Ah!
And judging from the eBay, it was quite a great deal. But back to the actual game. It's a sequel to the 2010 game Nier for a PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I personally didn't play it, but I certainly plan to. It may not be well received by critics, but among the gamers the game have today a cult classic status. It looks like the game itself is pretty interesting mix of genres, with awesome story but really archaic technique side, and a repetitive gameplay that needs to be more interesting. Either way, I wanna play it at least for the Kaine. She's supposed to have a pretty interesting story behind her back. Cause you know, she's not she, cause he's got banana. I'm sure I'm gonna take a closer look for this one at some point, but today it's about Nier Automata. It's basically a hack and slash title, with little sweet twist. You pretty much control two characters at the same time, 2B and her sidekick Bot, that little fucker floating around you. Left analog is for her movement and the right one is for the camera plus Bot with it. So you can strike something with 2B and at the same time shooting shit on the other side of the screen. It's great. Besides of that, there are lots of camera angles. The main, where you have camera under your control, the 2.5D platformer-like style, isometric style and much more. But everything is totally fluent. Cause every single one part have exactly the same control style, even where you are flying in a mech-like ship. It's ingenious and works at 100%. 2B is an android and fights in a war against machines that conquer the Earth, while the human population escaped to the moon. So the whole Earth is practically dead and turning into dust. But it's not a problem, cause it got awesome atmosphere and I actually pretty much like it. Except the machines, you could encounter a few members of the resistance, but besides of them, pretty much nothing, with the exception of few mountable animals. Yeah, you could ride them as horses. It should be helpful, cause this is an open world game. Oh, didn't I mention it? Well, yeah, it is. But I didn't really use it. I normally don't even do it in games like Skyrim, Dragon Age or The Witcher. I like riding my own two legs instead. And I can't forget about the fishing. You can start fishing in pretty much any water you'll encounter, but fuck it, it just doesn't work. I swear. There are tons of side quests, and I really recommend you to do them. There are awesome little stories behind them. The main plot is starting to get interesting in a couple of hours in, but when you start to really fucking loving it, it suddenly ends. In about 12 hours in, with most of the side quests done. But I was pretty much sure that it weren't everything, so what the fuck is going on?
Hey, one more time, so if you want to know more, then stay with me. I played this game after Steffi did. You know, we have only one PS4, so it's quite obvious. But I tried my best to avoid any spoilers whatsoever, even though it was quite a challenge at times. Either way, I fell in love with it and I fell hard. I am the all or nothing type of person, so my playthrough consisted of a few 8-hour-long gaming sessions and I really stopped only at the point where my eyes were bleeding and hands shaking.
Oh my god, I need help.
The story basically sucks you in and won't let go. It takes a while though, especially at the beginning. The game has quite a slow flow and also the plot seems pretty obvious. Machines took over the world. Humans escape to the moon, help humans get back to Earth. Machines evil, humans good. But as you start to uncover more and more informations and plot twists start to appear, there's really no way back. And how much you will uncover depends completely on you. There are 26 endings at your service. And it's really only up to you how many times do you want to play this game. Because here's the deal. Basically, you will finish the first story and you will get one ending, but you have the option to start the game over again, and you will get different stories with different endings. Most of them are just funny endings after you die or after you escape a battle, but there are also big endings that give you a different perspective on the main problems and also fill the gaps in your knowledge.
But don't worry, the most important are the first 3 endings, endings A, B, C, and possibly also D and E. The second campaign is the same story but from the eyes of different character with new hacking ability which can give you the power to avoid most of the fights. There are also completely new sections, more mech flying and tons of new story pieces. It can be a little annoying, because sometimes you may feel like if you are playing the same game for the second time, but I really recommend it, because the Route C is definitely the best part of the whole game.
You will get to play as different members of your hub, but also as machine life forms, and it's fantastic!
Someone may be a little bit disappointed that 2B is in the whole body armor this time, so there's no more peeping under the skirt. But don't worry, it's not gonna be long until you can finally check Senpai in all her glory again. Although Platinum Games really knows how huge creeps we all are, so if you finally manage to get the camera in the right angle, 2B will push the camera away.
And what ending you will get also highly depends on whose side you're at in the final battle, but I don't want to spoil anything. The only thing I wanted to say is there is no need to play it all the 26 times. The combats are just amazing. You can choose from many different fighting styles, weapons or additional programs. In other words, you can beat someone to death with bare fists or with unholy match of swords, but you can also hack them and make them explode, or additionally killing them from the distance while avoiding any drama. It's sweet, perfect and satisfying. When it comes to skills and upgrades in general, you can upgrade your weapons as well as the character itself. How you do it is through additional plug-in chips. You can find them, buy them, beat them out of somebody, and they will really come in handy. There's a plugin for anything, from running faster to lovely shockwaves. There's really cheap for everyone.
The one thing Nier Automata was highly criticized for are the graphics, but to be real, I don't give a shit. Like, okay, somehow I get it. Have I seen better graphics? Probably, but at the same time, I'm not a professional graphic designer and we have just finished playing Return of the King on PS2, so tell me something about bad graphics.
Other than that, I'm really satisfied with the visuals. The sharp textures and light colors actually work pretty well with the gameplay, and they also add up to the post-apocalyptic world filled with machines atmosphere. You'll get to see big cities in ruins, never-ending deserts, beautiful forests with huge fairy tale-like trees, the ocean, caves, abandoned roads.
It's beautiful.
Since it's an open world type of game, you can spend hours and hours just running around, completing side quests and killing random machines. But at the same time, I was so excited to know more about the story that I personally really focused only on the main story, with only a few side quests here and there.
But, as Steffi already said, it's actually quite important to complete as many side quests as you can, because every time you will get more information about the old world, machines, humans and all this good stuff, which pretty much brings me to my last point.
It has been a while since the last time I actually saw a game with such an extreme replay value as Nier Automata. The game itself pressures you to play it multiple times to get new stories out of it, but despite this fact, after the D ending and 28 hours in the game, I am still extremely ready to give it one more try.
There are still many things that I don't know and that I haven't seen, but sadly I have life. But I assure you that one day I'm going to return there. Anyway, this is pretty much it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your attention, and if you have enjoyed, you may as well check our channel. The link is in the description below. And believe me, there is much more.
And for those of you who are still desperately waiting for Nick to appear, check our channel too, cause his new video will be there.